Hey everybody, Delta Flight Gaming back again.
187 at 5810 Murata Avenue. Homicide wants you over there. The coroner thinks the broad was whacked using the Army morphine. Don't say anything, Roy. Just get over there.
Okay, like I said, Delta Flight Gaming, LA Noire. It is Wednesday. How are you guys doing? Hopefully well.
What's with that getup of yours anyway? I should start introducing us as Detective Earl, and this is my science teacher, Mr. Phelps.
That's a science teacher?
Your interest in my appearance is starting to get me worrying.
Like it or not, we're a dysfunctional couple now. People judge me with you on my arm same way they would a fat broad with a 5 o'clock shadow.
I really hope you're joking, Roy.
Okay.
Is this a picture of your car?
So, Wednesday.
So you're the first in this family.
Hump day! That was just bad. I apologize. Those are outdated memes.
Seem distracted. We recovered the...
Oh, damn. Right here, perfect timing. Figured I'd grab a couple street crimes and
Car 11
just...
King, go ahead with the further. LAPD, ma'am. Are you all right?
That lowlife! That filthy lowlife!
What happened?
I was standing ready to get off and I heard a click. His camera. That pervert took a picture of my... up my...
Which way did he go?
There! That's him! Right there!
Ah, fuck.
God. Dude. Oh, okay. So many things right here. Number one. You are not...
Go on, Phelps, get after that creeper.
He's not very conspicuous. Just... like, he just straight up looks like a...
Get in close.
Oh,
Steer him off
shit.
the tar.
Excuse me, folks. Don't mind me. Oh my god, that was... I'm sorry, that was fun. Where the hell's he going? Shit! Yeah, just sit in the middle of the road.
Hit him, Cole. Spin
Well,
him
it's
out.
kind of hard to do when I can't get out of the way. Oh, dude, if I lose him, I'm gonna be pissed. Okay. Whoa! Whoa. Not gonna lie, this is probably the most intense chase scene I've had so far. Over a fucking pervert. Like... oh! Wonder if that was supposed to happen.
Put your hands where I can see them.
You're under arrest for public indecency. Oh, Christ.
Don't mind that car that's just smoldering and on fire in the background. Nothing ever bad came from a car on fire. Okay. Hey, 3-room apartments. Oh, there's 17 more of those left. Yep, I'm at, come on. I really, really hope that it's not too far of a drive. So, for those that follow me on Twitter, and I made a post, I think yesterday or the day before. I was talking to a friend of mine, and she and I were talking about. She showed me the fact that Nintendo re-upped their license agreement for they re-upped their trademark on Eternal Darkness, the name. And she sent me, I think it was a NeoGAF article talking about how it was like 2012, I think, was the last thing that there was a possibility of an Eternal Darkness 2 demo that was kind of sort of in the works kind of thing. To me, I was like, I was excited, when she told me when she showed me the stuff about Eternal Darkness and stuff like that, because it was, pretty much one of the main reasons why I bought a GameCube. Back when my buddy and I, we were starting to get into import gaming, which was a very brief moment. We got to we both have, I think his is this, I don't know if he still has it or not, but his was the Spice Orange, or Orange Spice, whichever you want to call it, GameCube, and mine was a black one, but it has a little switch in the back that, if I flip it up, it allows me to play American and Europe games, and switch it down, it plays Japanese games. And I specifically had that mailed over, I bought that in imported, just so I could get my hands on Resident Evil 4 early.
Second floor, apartment 6, in the back.
Thanks.
And, Resident Evil 4, Eternal Darkness. And look at it, there you go.
Mal will be pleased.
Well, that's hardly conclusive, given the number of those things we've come across
True.
recently.
The autopsy will confirm it one way or another.
But to me, it was like, I honestly think that if Nintendo was to actually do something with that, even if it was just, hey, we're going to give it a fresh coat of paint, a 720p or 1080p upgrade and port it over to the Switch, by all means, do it. Nintendo will make money off
Homicide.
That I did. Good to see you, Phelps.
You two want a hug? Or can we get on with it?
Relax, Rusty.
26 years old, fashion model. Found in the tub by the cleaning lady, Mrs. Reynoldson. She called it in.
We heard Carruthers thinks...
Carruthers likes to make work for people. Overdose of sleeping pills. Falls asleep in the tub. Rest in peace. Case closed.
Here, here. Mal is 100% that it's murder.
Do you mind if I take a look around?
Sure. Go right ahead.
So, anyways, but I made a tweet about, we got into thinking about games that we would like to see remaked or remaster, and I was telling her about the Legacy of Kain series, like Soul Reaver 1.
Looks like barbiturates.
And just to me, it's just 1080p, kind of like, what is it? They're doing with this Crash Bandicoot, the Spyro, and the Medieval one.
Phelps?
Mal, we've had a look around.
Okay.
Rusty thinks
steps
it's a
over the
waste of
body and
time.
then steps back
What's your
over.
theory?
Okay.
Come on, Mal. Tell us why we were dragged down here.
If the victim was alive when she entered the tub, water would have entered her lungs. The water is violently churned in the windpipe as she drowns. The result is that a lot of foam is generated. This foam is found at the mouth and nostrils in almost all cases of real drowning. Notice anything
Doesn't
about
have
our
any.
case?
May I took a look?
Be my guest.
But yeah, just leave the voices for Soul
Take a
Reaver
closer
1,
look at her head and
because the elder squid god, the drowned god, or whatever you want to call him,
Bruising on
that
the
guy,
forearms and
you know, he passed away a long time ago, but
like
still, it
bite
was
marks.
like he was really
Very
good for
good.
that role. Just leave the voices in, just update their quality, and then when I talked to another buddy of mine, he's saying that they should
Very
redo
unusual ring.
like a remake of Legend of
Could be
Dragoon.
wrong, but it looks like a black
which
sapphire.
I also happen, excuse me, I also happen to agree. That was an amazing title. That's actually one that I
The neck is
never
bruised pretty
beat.
badly.
The eyes are a classic sign of morphine, and the bruises tell their own story. I think one man held her down and another held her arm and injected her. They put her in the bath to try to cover it as a drowning.
It spread a trail of barbiturates.
Take a look around outside on your way out and see if you can find the syrettes. It would make my
already
theory.
did.
The morphine would have been very quick, and there wouldn't have been much of a struggle.
Okay, so find two guys who recently bought syrettes and weren't junkies, and you might be onto something.
But Legend of Dragoon was an RPG that, you know, I started playing it when it first came out, and I had almost little to no idea of what I was doing when I played the game. You know, it wasn't a Final Fantasy. It had a different style combat to it where you actually had to...
Barbiturates. What else is rattling
It
around?
almost
in
looks
this
like
thing?
bacteria. But you actually had to, you know, engage in the combat when it came to how to strike and stuff like that. And hello.
We should speak to a
Benzodrine.
doctor. Prescribing both drugs would make her life a roller coaster.
Aha. Yeah, I think that would be another pretty interesting one if you were to do like give some voice acting to it, like full voice
All the
acting.
English smoking jacket. I don't know anyone under 45 who would wear
Yeah,
one.
if there's a whole sea of PS1 games that would just be amazing, giving a like a remaster or remake. That, I mean, it basically would just be, you know, give it to, what is it, Blue Point? I think Blue Point Studios or Blue Point Company or whatever. Whoever made the Shadow of the Colossus remake and the Metal Gear Solid HD collection, like, give it to those guys who have been pretty much on point for this stuff. And I think you pretty much can print money.
This is all
At
top
least good
end
enough for the
stuff.
retro gamers or
Gives us
people
somewhere to
who
look.
didn't know about it, you know, when it first came out. Nothing there. And now that I think about it, smoking jackets. I never really understood the point of it. Like, I know you wear it when you're supposed to go and smoke, but like, well, that's what I'm assuming. Working Tuesday, 11 to 4.
It's a place
Come
to start.
Keep me company. Ask for... This is Randall. Yeah, I just never really understood the point of a smoking jacket. But, I don't know. Different times.
I'm Detective Phelps. I'm here to try and help Julia. Do you mind answering some questions?
Virginia Reynoldson, I'm just so shocked. I feel like there's something I should be doing, someone I should call.
We can make those calls, ma'am. Who needs to be notified?
That's just it. I don't know. Miss Julie doesn't have any family in town. Someone has to set her affairs in order. Mr. Henderson, maybe? Who else is there? I don't know.
If you give the details to the other detectives, ma'am, they can try and get in contact. Was Miss Randall depressed about something? Upset?
No more than normal.
You're lying.
What are you hiding here, Mrs. Reynoldson? Julia was obviously disturbed about something.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Sleeping pills.
She was taking barbiturates. She couldn't sleep. You must have seen them in her room.
You've seen the pillbox, the things she hid in there. I don't know how she supported herself. Always new clothes and jewelry. She lived like a movie star. A princess.
Well, she probably had a couple suitors.
Does modeling really pay that well?
I don't know, maybe.
Did Miss Randall have many friends visit?
I'm not sure. I only come around twice a week.
Why are you lying to me, Mrs. Reynoldson? Julia had men stay here.
I will not speak ill of the dead. You can't prove
Except
that.
that we can. Is it the... Yes.
Who owns the smoking jacket?
I wouldn't like to tell tales, you understand. That's Mr. Henderson's. An older man, very distinguished looking. He seemed very much in love with her.
Where would we find him?
I'm sorry. I don't know. He said he lives in San Francisco.
What was it like working for Miss Randall?
Perfectly fine, officer.
Oh, that sounds like a lie.
Mrs. Reynoldson, it seems like there's something you want to tell me.
She was very high-strung. Lovely one moment and screaming at you the next. She wanted it all, and she wanted it damn quick. Of course, being so beautiful, it seemed like she was going to get it. Not the way it's turned out, though, is it?
Thanks, Mrs. Reynoldson. You've been very helpful. One of the other detectives will take your statement, and then you can go home. Stefan, Rusty, we'll take a look around outside and then follow up these leads. Can you get some guys to run down the jacket?
Do you ever just get dry mouth?
You think Carruthers has called it right?
He rarely gets it wrong.
Like, I've got water that I've been drinking, but it just doesn't seem to help.
I've met enough girls in my time who can't handle their dope.
Sorry, I got a little, like, distracted. I like this song. Really nice and subtle. Kind of relaxing drive. Dumbass.
Bukowski, Galloway, quite the little reunion in there. Almost brought a tear to my eye.
They're good police.
How would you know? You got promoted so fast you barely had time to learn their names.
Oh, I wanted to try and thread that needle, but there was no way.
Galloway's a drunk.
You could learn a thing or two from both of them.
Please. They couldn't work a vice case if their life depended.
Yeah, because they're straight cops and not corrupt like you.
Worse at it than me.
I noticed you said better. Hubris disguised as humility. Kind of your trademark, don't you think?
Why do you always twist everything? Galloway's got nothing to prove. He's been on homicide for years.
And he's welcome to it. You're a terrier, Phelps, and that's what I need. Not some old bulldog who can't get up a flight of stairs without coughing up his lunch.
I think there's only one. I think this is either. I think this is either the last case or there's one more case after this. I can't remember. Lady from Shanghai. Rich, cleaner, bolder. Yeah, that's what I'd say about cigarettes. Fifth floor, 505.
Here, Stoneman, office 505.
I swear, if we locked up every doctor in this town, Vice would be able to work half days.
Was that a pigeon? Sorry, I don't know why I just walked in a circle.
Yes, sir, your name?
LAPD. We'd like to see Dr. Stoneman.
Dr. Stoneman is with a patient. Would you
Nope.
like to wait?
No, we wouldn't. Tell him we want to see him now.
There's no need to be rude.
Save it, sister.
Dr. Stoneman, I have some gentlemen from the LAPD here to see
Gentlemen.
you.
Send them in, please. I'll see this patient again after they've left.
Your investigation is much more important.
Dr. Stoneman, we are investigating the death of one of your patients, Julia Randall.
I'm very sorry to hear that.
Do you mind if we ask you some questions about Ms. Randall?
Not if it doesn't compromise doctor-patient privilege.
He seems a little nervous.
How well did you know Miss Randall?
Barely at all. She'd only been a patient 6 months or so.
Julia Randall has been your patient for nearly a year. I'm sure you know that.
Do you doubt my veracity, detective? Do you have access to my patient records?
No, but there was the... So this one.
Your prescriptions contradict you, Doctor.
Miss Randall was in the fashion business, as you probably know. She was jumped up on Benzedrine by day and knocked down by sleeping pills at night. I told her to slow up, but no. Life was too short for her.
And you supplied the prescription for the Benzedrine.
It's not illegal, detective. A lot of young women in her line of work use it for weight loss.
You wrote Julia Randall a prescription for Benzedrine. How can you account for that?
Miss Randall was in the fashion business. She wanted to
As he
control her
just
weight.
said. But that's...
Benzedrine is addictive, as I'm sure you know, Doctor.
As I warned her, but she was determined. She said she needed it to control her appetite.
Sounds like you knew her pretty well.
I knew the line of work she was involved in.
That'll be all for now, Dr. Stoneman. We'll be in touch.
I got a feeling I'm coming back here. Excuse me, sorry.
The old boy's lying.
About what?
Don't know. He looked relieved when you said she was dead. That's a strange reaction to have to the death of a young patient.
Sorry. Fallout 4! And it goes away.
Have you noticed how croakers only pull out the physician-patient privilege card when they got something to hide?
There are certain things people have a right to keep private.
Dude, just
Until it gets in the way of police work. And it's only private when it suits them. A couple of drinks and every doctor I've met will spill your darkest secrets in a heartbeat.
This music sounds like it should be like a Final Fantasy game or some sort of like action RPG. Dastne? I don't know how to pronounce that. I don't speak French. It's either, I think it's French.
Well, hello. What can I help you with today?
Tell me the name of this store.
Seems like a nice boy, putting all those hoodlums in jail. I'm going to memorize your name and throw my head away.
The hell does that mean?
LAPD, ma'am.
I hope I haven't done anything wrong.
Not yet, you haven't.
No, ma'am. We're making some inquiries about Julia Randall. Does she work here?
No, I had to let her go. Is she in some sort of trouble?
If dead is trouble.
She was found dead this morning. How long had Julia worked as a model?
Well, she worked in New York before coming here. She was a very beautiful girl.
Could you tell us why you let Miss Randall go?
Husbands sometimes come in here with their wives. When Julia Randall modeled, the husbands were often more interested in her than they were their wives' dresses. The wives weren't happy, and neither was I.
Did she have any close friends here?
Okay.
Actually, yes.
Excuse me, so sorry.
Heather Swanson. Would you like to speak with her?
I'd like that very much. Please don't inform her about Miss Randall's death.
Very well, officer. Heather, these gentlemen are from the LAPD.
I'm Detective Phelps. This is Detective Earl. I understand that you worked with Julia Randall, Miss Swanson?
Yes. Julia helped me get my job here. She's not in any kind of trouble, is she?
She's a hellraiser, isn't she? Lives a fast life.
Oh, no. Maybe Mrs. Stanley would call her that, but I wouldn't. She's full of life, wonderful company.
That's a lovely engagement ring.
Do you like it?
That dress in the
Henry
background
Davidson.
reminds me of
Interested in engagement.
Naruto. I've only seen a couple still images, but it, one of the characters I've seen in a bunch of memes looks like he's wearing something like it.
That's some pearl, Miss Swanson. Would have cost Henry a fortune. He must really
Pearl's
love
still
you.
expensive?
How did you meet Julia?
I was introduced through my fiancé, Henry Arnett.
Henry is your beau. Tell us about it.
Yes, he is. Henry has a fashion business. He and Julia have been friends for years.
Like friends or friends?
Are Miss Randall and Mr. Henderson engaged?
Who's he?
Yep.
She was wearing a sapphire engagement ring. Someone must have given it to her.
She never mentioned a man named Henderson to me.
That's all for now, Miss Swanson. Could you ask your fiancé to visit Hollywood Police Station? It would be very helpful to our inquiry.
Now, wait a moment. I don't think I'll pass on that message until you tell me why you're asking all these questions.
So you're not going to.
Julia Randall was found dead this morning.
What?
Well, so you could have said that was interfering with police business.
Oh, no. Oh, I can't believe it. She was so full
It's so
of
full
life.
of drugs.
Phelps, 1247.
Hey, Safeway.
How can I help, Detective?
Are there any messages for me?
Yes, Detective. The coroner's been asking to speak to you. I can connect the call if you like.
Please, thank you. Al?
Cole, can you get over here? I just finished the autopsy.
Sure thing, Mal. We'll be right over.
All right. Investigate the Hollywood morgue.
You hear him in musical films, and now...
Nice move not telling old Sweet Lips in there about her friend taking the big jump till we were half out the door. Very slick.
I figured we'd get more out of her that way.
You're learning, Phelps. We'll make a vice cop out of you yet.
If you don't have to tell them information, you don't have to. Very good. So there's a night entrance to the mortuary. Just sounds strange. Not really, but I don't know. Just trying to make conversation with myself, which I do fairly often. Okay, you're not here. No. There you are.
Cole, Roy, I have some information for you.
You're the only person enjoying this, Mal. Get on with it.
Bruising confirms 2 sets of hands, so we have 2 killers. Death was caused by heart failure due to an overdose of morphine.
Have you dragged us down here to gloat? We already heard your theory.
We agree that she was murdered.
Yes, of course.
I have something else to show you.
All right, Mal,
Dude,
what gives?
shut up.
Dead guy's name is Jimmy LeBlanc, career burglar. He came in this morning. Someone stove his head in with a lump of 2x4.
So what? Good riddance.
I found 2 cigarettes in his jacket pocket.
Wow.
Hang on a minute, Roy. We're listening, Mal.
No sign of morphine use and no metabolized morphine in his blood. Scratch marks on his face.
Which could be from getting his head remodeled.
Time of death, Mal.
Maybe an hour or 2 after the Randall girl.
So you're saying Laughing Boy here could be one of our killers? That's a hell of a long shot.
Thanks, Mal. We'll check it out.
I found something else.
God, I hate this partner.
Sorry, I don't play.
I don't know if it's significant. His wallet was empty. The only other things he was carrying were the harmonica and the morphine.
Oh, it's a harmonica.
Carruthers. Yeah, he's here. I'll send him over. They have a guy called Henry Arnett in interview 2 for you next door. Let me know how you get on.
Sure, Mal. And thanks for the lead.
Sure, Mal. Thanks for the lead.
Dude, I will shoot you on general principle if you don't shut the fuck up. Such a dick. Alright, interview 2 is over here.
Mr. Arnett, I'm Detective Phelps. This is Detective Earl. Thanks for coming in.
Call me Henry. It's the least I could do. Terrible news about Julia.
How well did you know Julia Randall?
Vaguely. I'm in the clothing business, and Julia occasionally modeled for me.
Yep.
He's asking whether you banged her in a chuck-on-the-shoulder fraternity kind
Chuck
of way.
on the
I'm
shoulder?
engaged to be married. It wouldn't be polite.
Answer the question.
This will remain private. Heather won't
That
have
means
to-
yes.
Yes. We had relations.
Miss Randall's landlady said she was seeing an older man.
Could have been. I wasn't privy to all the details of Julia's private life.
I have a feeling you were.
Henry, I don't like when people lie to me. She was seeing a man named Henderson. You know who I'm talking about.
Easy on, Detective. I may have heard of Henderson, but I don't know his full name. I think he's from New York or someplace back east.
Didn't they say San Francisco?
That's funny. Julia told her cleaning lady that he lived in San Francisco.
Okay, you got me. I don't know where he's from. Julia wanted money. She always wanted money. She thought she could get something from this guy.
She was wearing a distinctive engagement ring. You think she might have convinced him to buy it for her?
Maybe he did, yeah. Maybe he and Julia were getting serious.
Ever heard of a Jimmy LeBlanc?
No. Should I have? Is he an
That
entertainer or
sounds so
something?
like you're lying.
So you wouldn't have any reason to believe that LeBlanc would be involved in Julia Randall's murder?
If this guy is a criminal, he might have been involved. But like I said, I've never heard of this LeBlanc character.
Heather told us that you were in fashion.
That's right.
Some kind of traveling salesman?
Once I got out of the Corps, I used my...
You were in the Marines?
Sure. I'm proud of it. Fighting 6th.
You were in the 6th Marines?
Yes. I was a captain.
Which company?
Various
Liar.
companies. We had a lot of casualties.
Which engagements?
Okinawa. A couple of other places.
That will be all for now, Henry. You've been very helpful.
That son of a bitch was never
No
in the
shit.
Marines. Why'd you let him off the hook?
Because we're giving him a couple of minutes before we start tailing him. Arnett is
Yeah,
an amateur.
don't be stupid.
We need to find out who killed the girl. Can you pass this on to Bukowski? Have him check the place out and go through his records.
Sure, I'll pass it on.
Thanks. Can you also have R&I run the records on a Jimmy LeBlanc and find out who was his last arresting officer? Have them get in touch via KGPL when they have some information.
He's in that car at the light.
It's not a bad looking car.
He was squirming like a worm in there. Don't you love it when they pull the war hero excuse? Actually, maybe you don't.
This is definitely stalking music.
I'd have expected a cad like Arnett to be a better liar.
I don't know why it just popped in my head, but I think if someone was to open like a video game bar where like the only music that was ever played in there was only video game music, I think you might draw a decent crowd. I mean, I know there's a lot of places that, like, there's a couple arcade bars, but I'm pretty sure they probably play a bunch of, like, you know, pop music and stuff. But yeah, opening up like an arcade bar with that, you know, strictly only plays background, you know, the music coming out of speakers is only video game music.
Where are you taking us?
That would be kind of interesting. This is so slow. Make your turn. There you go. Sorry. I'm trying to clear my throat. Not be too loud.
That idiot never stepped foot in Okinawa.
Okay. Secondhand goods.
He needs money and fast.
Damn, you got a lot.
Get in there and find out what he pawned. I'll stick with him, see how he intends to spend the money. Too much slack. Gotta get closer.
Hoof it, Phelps. I'll bring the car around when I'm done here.
Califado. Where are you going? Alright, I gotta wait for him to cross the street, so I'm just gonna pop up and... Oh, he almost gets hit by a car. You just go into a tobacco store? Oh no, in between them.
Move in. Can't risk
He's
losing the
right
trail.
there. So he's fleeing. There's another arrestable offense.
That's right, Mexico City. One-way ticket, please. Next available seat.
That would be 1 day from now. Is that okay?
It's going to have to be.
LAPD, the man who just came in here, he bought a ticket?
Yes, sir. To Mexico City, tomorrow night.
If you hear from him again, don't mention this conversation.
Okay, so we're back at detailing. Why is there a door up there?
What have you got?
He bought a ticket from Mexico City. Tomorrow night.
That's good. But this is better.
Fake-a-loo.
Oh my God. It's Fabergé.
Should have seen the look on the pawnbroker's face when I told him to hand it over. The guy who owned the joint thought it was worth at least 10
Wow.
large for a cigarette case.
That's expensive.
Arnett only got 600 clams.
Oh, shit. Dear Beverly, with love and affection.
Broadcasting at
11K, 11K, come in.
Go ahead, KGPL.
Century Broadcasting.
11K, go to Hollywood Station. Homicide detectives Bukowski and Galloway have information relating to the Randall case.
Roger, KGPL. 11K, en route.
Car 11K, Car 11 King, come in.
Car 11 King, go ahead.
R&I reports the last arresting officer for DOA Jimmy LeBlanc was Patrolman Fred Wallace, who's working a shift on Hollywood 9th Beat, Sunset Boulevard between Gordon and Wilcox.
All right.
Car 11K,
Oh, we
en
gotta hit
route.
that phone first. But
One-way ticket to Mexico. Old Henry's looking as guilty as a dog next to a pile of dog shit.
What's his motive?
I can think of a few, but I'd put my money south of the belt. One guy plus 2 dames always equals problems.
yeah, maybe. So the guy is gonna leave his wife. That just hit me.
Any Century Unit 484 just occurred, 3155 West 4th Street. Unit to handle code 3 identified.
I'll get them later.
Come on, let's give him a hand.
Right behind you, Wallace. Detective Phelps.
Couldn't have just drived up a little bit further first? What was that?
Stay down.
That didn't kill him? There we go. Alright, looks like it's just the one. Ah. Oh no, there's 2 of them.
Push forward.
Or we can just wait for them to be stupid and jump up. Alright. Well, it looks like my Elgato's hiccuping and screwing up, so I think I'm going to end this here for now. So you guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And excuse me, I will see you guys in the next video. And also, I apologize because I cannot get my throat to clear up. So, see you guys in the next video.
You're suggesting LeBlanc is still working with Willie?
A strong man held down Randall while someone administered the morphine. Someone with muscle opened up LeBlanc's skull.
Could be.
Any Central Unit 484 just occurred, 3155 West 4th Street. Unit to handle code 3 identified.